Hey everyone, Jay Lixin here, and today I want to talk about the MVP, Rene Baterbonia. The other day was the 40th day since his passing, and up until today, there's still no conclusion from the CIDG and the police, and Ateneo de Manila still hasn't given their story, their side of the story yet. But that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this open letter to Mrs. Rene Baterbonia that's been circulating the internet. In my comment, a lot of people have asked me to look at it and see what I think. So I guess this is the appropriate time to talk about it. So I'm going to look at the lines, some of the lines, and I want to tell you guys what I think. Okay. In the second paragraph, it says there, "But while your family is grieving, there are also young men carrying the trauma of that day. They didn't just lose a teammate, they lost a brother. And now they are carrying the weight of being judged by people who were never there." You know, if you read the letter, it does sound like you've got a point. The letter sender has got a point. But if you really zoom into it and really look at what's going on here, then you kind of see behind the scene. So while the family is grieving, the Baterbonias is grieving, there are also young men carrying the trauma of that day. Mr. Letter Sender, this is very easy to tackle. Since you said that there are also other young men that are carrying the trauma of that day, biblically, and in the law of life, only the truth can set someone free. The only reason why these boys are feeling traumatized is because they quite possibly witnessed a crime, and they are being forced by an institution to keep their mouth shut. That is where the trauma is coming from. The trauma is not coming from all the attacks, all the allegations from the public. It is coming from knowing what truly happened and being told to be quiet, or else your basketball career and your scholarship is over. Now again, I said biblically and in the laws of life, only the truth can set someone free. The only way for these boys to be truly free from this trauma that you're saying is if they come out and tell the truth of what truly happened, whether it was truly just an accident or somebody did a crime that resulted in Divine and Rene's death. Stop playing the victim, because you are not the victim. Asking Mrs. Robelin to speak up and tell everyone to stop the hate and stop the speculation is quite selfish of you. Because number one, you do not understand how it feels to lose not just the son, but the son whom they had their hopes in, because he is going to pull them out of poverty. You did not just steal Rene's life, you stole their only way out of poverty. So to ask everyone, tell everyone to please stop it, is quite selfish of you and playing the victim. Stop it. Let the mother grieve and deal with it. If people are hating and accusing all these other boys, you want these accusations to stop? It's easy. Have Ateneo put out a statement of what truly happened, the truth. Because this is not rocket science. The reason why people are speculating is because up until today, after the 40th day of Rene's death, Ateneo is still quiet about it. What do you think the people will think? Everybody's thinking Ateneo is trying to cover up something. Ateneo is trying to hide something. That's why they are trying to be quiet. All of these other boys that you say are traumatized, should just come out and tell the truth. Was it really just an accident, or something happened? I don't get this whole open letter to Miss Rene Baterbonia thing. This is playing the victim. You want the boys to be free of trauma? Have them tell the truth. Don't stop them from coming out and telling the truth of what truly happened that day. Next, you said here, if Rene had survived and he was the one receiving death threats, being called a murderer and judged by strangers before everything was fully known, would that be okay? Or would you ask people to stop? How dare you ask someone who just lost her child, ask this kind of question? This is showing the public how selfish you are, of not understanding how the mother felt when she lost her child. And let me remind you, the day that Rene died, nobody reached out to her. Somebody just called her. It wasn't even 10 seconds. And then for the whole 8 hours, she was left in the dark. And now you're coming out here and telling her that if Rene was the one receiving death threats, would that be okay? Would you ask him to stop? How dare you? You are heartless. Now let me ask you this. If, like you said, the boys in the team are really truly traumatized because of what happened, and they were also endangered along with Rene that day, why aren't we hearing about any of the parents of all those 20 boys filing a lawsuit against Ateneo? Why not one of them are going against Ateneo because their son was truly endangered? You know what that tells the public? That tells the public that their kids, all those other boys, were never in danger. It was only truly Divine and Rene. Now again, let me circle back. If they're truly traumatized and suffering mentally because of all the allegations and all of the death threats and all this and that, why don't they come out and tell the truth? Speak up. You know, this whole situation with the public, Rene, and all the other players in Ateneo would have ended a long time ago if Ateneo just came out and told the truth, and the players just came out and told the truth. The people doesn't want this too. But because of the actions or the lack thereof that Ateneo is doing and all the other players are doing, people speculate and question because everybody loves Rene. Let me ask you again, if those players were truly in danger and are traumatized, why aren't any of their parents out there filing a lawsuit against Ateneo and the coaching staff? Next, I want to talk about this. Ateneo de Manila University is trying to settle with the Baterbonia family. In my previous video, I was pleading to Mrs. Baterbonia to not accept the settlement with Ateneo de Manila because it wouldn't be fair. Regardless how much money they're offering, it's not the same as having Rene here with them. But also what this tells me is that anytime there is a lawsuit or a case and one party tries to settle with the other, that means there was a crime that took place. Okay, let me put it this way. Why would Ateneo try to settle with the Baterbonia family if there wasn't truly a crime, if it was truly just an accident? They have all the resources to pay for lawyers and, go through the whole court proceeding to prove their innocence. Anybody who's innocent will fight it in court to tell everyone and the whole world that I am innocent. You will not settle with the opposing party. But with Ateneo trying to settle with the Baterbonias, it's telling me, okay, from a legal standpoint, telling me that there truly was a crime that took place. And Ateneo knows that if they go to the court with this crime, with all of the result of the investigation that the CIDG will come up with, they will be found guilty, and the cost of the guilt verdict will be much more than just settling with the Baterbonias. That's what it's telling us. If Ateneo truly is innocent, they will fight tooth and nail to prove their innocence in court and in public. But since they've been quiet this whole time, and now they're trying or seeking to reach an agreement with or a settlement with the Baterbonias, tells me that a crime truly happened that day, and they don't want to get to court because the price of paying the guilty verdict is much more than just settling with the Baterbonias. So, Mama Roveline Baterbonia, if you see this video, please do not settle with Ateneo. Do not. Let Rene's dignity and life be provided justice for. It's not fair. Don't take it. Anyways, that's it for me about the Rene Baterbonia story. this might be the last time that I talk about this because I want to be respectful to the Baterbonia family. You know, kabalo mo anang samad, maayo na, umankot-koto ni mo usab, samad na pod, mundugo na pod. I feel like if I keep talking about this situation, I am adding to the pain of, Mama Robeline and the family because they can never heal. They hear it all the time on social media, especially in this day and age. So, this is the last video I'm making about this. I want to respect the Baterbonia family's privacy. And I'm going to pray and hope for justice for our dear Rene. Thank you guys. Kaya nato ni. We can do this. Let's be better Pinoys.